Oh yeah, what's going on YouTube? Tips with TeeP BioLab CTF coming up. Today, I'm walking you guys through both sides of this map, the sort of perfect setups you want to have, which way you want to try and pull the flags, etc, etc. So, let's get right into this. We're going to start off at this red esky side. Basically, the way you want to try and pull this flag on this side in a perfect setup is you need to pull this flag back through purple, go through bio or the bottom snow, and cap it that way. There is a lot of situations when you're going to be forced to spawn out at this front green plat area at the overextend, and you'll have to try and make a play, try and get a counter, and make the game as chaotic as possible if they take complete control of your base. But I'm just going to try and walk you guys through how to create as much consistency as possible on this side of the map, because if you continue to spawn out at that far green area, it's going to be a very, very random map, and that's why a lot of pros call this map inconsistent due to that fact. So, what you want to try and do to make sure that you aren't spawning out the whole game is keep control of this bio, the little square area, purple, and this bottom snow. If they can never get you out of these areas, you're going to keep spawning closer to your flag, and they'll keep spawning at that back blue area. The way to do this is have your AR or some player on your team just playing a little bit slow, to be honest. You really just need that player locking down the areas, playing a little bit lame, playing a little bit campy to make sure that they're not getting behind you and you don't lose control of these power spots of the map. So, you want sub players roaming around these two spots over here, just getting these kills at purple and only fighting gunfights that are in their favor. I see a lot of times you'll get 2 or 3 people pushed up to this purple area, and some of these gunfights fighting into this back blue are very, very hard to win, especially when they're just posted up at these boxes down low, just waiting for you. You need to make sure you don't overextend into those gunfights, because if you get a 3 or 4 dead, they're going to completely block your good spawns. You're going to spawn out and they're going to have an easy flag pull. So, I think the best way to do this is have, I would say, 2 or 3 people roaming this bio, back snow, and purple area, while your other player, if you want to call it your objective player, is getting a little bit sneaky, a little bit flanky, and just overall, he's going to be your expendable player on the map. He's going to be the one taking risks, not getting necessarily as many kills, but a lot more deaths as well, as he's taking chances, trying to get behind them, block those spawns at blue, and get those flags out. So, what I like to do on this map quite a bit is take advantage of the sneaks, and it's all a timing situation. You need to know, as an objective player or the main flag runner, that role is going to change depending on the situation, but you're going to have your primarily set roles. So you need to know when you need to slay, when you need to start being sneaky. So what I like to do is, let's say we have complete bio and purple control. We get 2 or 3 kills, we're starting to make this a scrappy situation, right? I like to, just roam around ice, make sure that they're not there, and then as soon as we get a couple kills, I'll instantly flank that middle circle, first hardpoint area to this middle cut, and depending on the situation, I'll either just go right through mid cut, hug this wall of this blue building, and either try and get to these stairs to try and fight this guy in the door and make sure I'm not seen from the guy in blue. If they're in blue, that is what you want. They're going to get trapped in, and you're going to have an easy access point to pull their flags out. But if it's a situation where I know there's 3 or 4 alive, instead of going in this mid cut, there's obviously going to be people watching it, right? So what I'll do is go around blue and just get sneaky in here and wait for kills. I'll try and, I'll listen to my teammates' callouts, because they're most likely going to be in purple, top purple, being able to call out these guys at the back snow. So depending on what sort of callouts you get, or if your team dies, is how you're going to play this. So if your team's getting aggressive and they're getting, 1 or 2 kills at that purple area, if you get behind them into their blue, you need to play fast. You pop your overclock and you try and make plays as fast as possible. If there are not kills going down for you in your squad, you need to play a little bit sneaky and try and get that first intro kill as you're sneaking around blue, just trying to create as much havoc as possible so your teammates can get to those strong sides of the map and help you out. So once you get here, it's all up to you to make the decision and use your minimap awareness. If you see your teammates getting 1 or 2 kills at purple, obviously you're going to instantly push to this back blue, try and kill this guy at this back area or the in blue, and then pull it out, overclock, and get to this purple area with the flag, because they're going to have to spawn out. They're going to spawn in that middle circle area if you're blocking the spawns over here properly. And then you have your teammates set up just right here. it's an easy cut, watching that middle one, or on the flank at the far right green. If you get the flag out to purple, it should be an easy flag caps. The cutoffs on this map are very, very straightforward for you and your team. The only thing you need to be aware of when pulling this flag out is the people at the middle cut. So sometimes a good pull to do is jumping up to this top blue building right here, getting on top, and then getting across to this green rail, jump into purple. But for me, I think the safest and fastest route that protects you from the guy at the mid cuts, because they're going to be very, very far away. You pull this flag, you get to the far right, you overclock, and you just slide and use these boxes for cover, allowing you to dash to this back purple. That's the safest flag route, and that's the flag route you primarily want to use on this map because it's the safest and most consistent way to cap, creating easy cutoffs for your teammate. So you want to try and pinch from this middle blue area, and then as soon as you guys get the kills, you get the hell out of this middle area into the blue to front blue, pull that flag, make the other team spawn here, and have to either OE through the green side or go through middle ice, which creates easy gunfight wins for you and your teammates. So you're running this flag, you go out to purple, back snow, easy cutoffs, and boom, sure enough, you get that flag. Pretty straightforward. Now I'm going to talk about a little bit the situations on this flag when you lose control of purple, bio, and this back snow, and what you want to try and do, and what your thought processes should be coming off spawn at this back green area if you do end up spawning here. So let's say you get 2 or 3 dead, and you're the first one to spawn up here. It's all depending on the timing of the kills and where the kills happen from the other team. Let's say you go 3 dead, and all those kills are up far up in purple. You know they're not going to be able to beat you to your flag, and you have plenty of time to rotate. If that's the case, you and your whole team need to do their best to try and get back and regain control of this top Eskies area before they can get control over here. The best way to do this is just simply get up top of this building and just stay alive. You can easily just wait for the other team to try and grab this flag. Just be aware that you're not getting jumped up on. A very popular push is for the other team to get out here, come from bio, and start trying to push the top building, getting control of it over here as their other teammate goes through this bottom door or the back snow door to try and get this flagpole and help each other out. You just need to try and regain control, whether you need to go from this side window to jump up top there or just jump up from here. Quickest route, just need to get back and make sure that they cannot even get to your flag, and if they do pull it, they can't get out of this red Eskies area, because if they do end up getting outside, depending on the situation, it's a tough gunfight. If they know how to strafe around these blue pillars down here from the yellow building, it's easy for them to get that flag out. Another situation is if you all spawn out here and they already have your flag out, you really have no choice but to try and overextend and get control of the blue base. So you really need to try and get control of these top green areas, and it's all about when you're trying to create chaos and overextend to this blue side, it's all about winning that first gunfight. There's going to be a guy roaming at this middle circle, middle cut, or in the blue window, trying to cut you off and get that first kill and slide to slow down your entire team's push. If you can get that first gunfight win, you're going to have a good time and able to get to this flag, and the best way to do it is just try and get there as soon as possible. Don't die and pull the flag out so they can't just simply run it in from the purple side of the map. If you can OE, it's all up to your teammates at that point. Once you get the flag out, you just try and win the stalemate situation, and that's really your only play on this side if they do get control and get your flag out. Moving on, I'm going to talk about the other side of this map a little bit, and it's very, very, very straightforward. Spawning on this other side of the map at this blue side is pretty simple. You need to keep control of this back purple snow area and purple building and bio as well. You're trying to counter everything I said on that other side. You want to try and counter it. And instead of trying to have your person trying to hold this cut from the front green from like here, you need to do your best to make sure you're not blocking this front green platform spawn. You want the other team to spawn here, because if you do that, they have to make the choice whether they want to overextend as a team or try and rotate back to their base, and that's when they're going to start making mistakes and start to separate from each other as a team. So if you can do your best till you kind of want the other team to overextend at certain times and just let them take control of your blue, especially if you are pushing up and you have purple and bio control. That's much more beneficial than controlling the middle cut and from blue. You want to try and make them make them separate as much as possible so you can have control of the power sides of the map, the strong side of the map, here at purple, bio, and this back snow over here. It's very easy once you get the kills on this side to just easily send your, sub objective player, whoever's there at the time, up to get this pole here. And once you get to this red escape area, you just want to try and make sure that when you are trying to get that flag out, you are just trying to get that flag out as soon as possible. And if there's a gunfight there, you obviously want to try and take it with your teammates. And then once you're running that flag out to that back snow, you need to make sure that the only way you're not getting shot from is from that top red buildings, because that's going to be their main access point to try and kill you running that flag. Or their other option is to try and overextend that green side to blue, like I said, on the other side. So the setup you want is you pull this flag out, you get all the kills. You need to make sure, what I like to do on this side to make sure I don't get shot from this top red area is I'll try and juke around a little bit. Let's say I hear the boost jump behind me as soon as I pull this flag out, and I know this guy's on this top building. My job is to help my guy out getting this cut off behind me from bio. I'll probably have a BAL player there trying to help me kill this guy up here. So I'll pull this flag out and basically just use these pulls. I'll just bait out a little bit, not peeking out too much, take a little bit of damage, but making sure that this guy up here is focusing on me, and so my teammate has an easy kill while I'm just juking around using things like this, or just simply jumping into bio if it suits me, depending on the time needed. My other teammates need to be rotating back, making sure that they're not pushing up to this top green rail and from this middle cut. It's very easy for the other team to overextend, get through middle cut, and try and contest the flag run from purple. If your teammates are here, though, you can just easily send a person here at the back snow with a BAL. He's able to watch this middle cut area and this middle from the OE. And the last guy needs to be roaming back here once again, just holding these cuts. And the main priority is making sure that they cannot even touch this flag, because if they pull it, they're probably just going to try and pull it back and create that stalemate situation, like I said, where they're just pulling it to that back green plat area and contesting the flag run. It's a pretty straightforward side. You want to try and let them OE, make them spawn out at that green plat, and counter, like I said, on the other side. Just keep control of this purple, this blue, and this bio area. That needs to be the main priority. If you don't have control of these spots of the map, it's going to be a very chaotic situation for you. Do your best to try and create as much consistency on CTF as possible, and let your 1 or 2 sub players make the plays at their base and try and get those sneaks if the time is needed. But once again, if you have the lead, your objective players need to slow it down and start slaying with the rest of your teammates. Retain those lead and regain the strong side of the map, because if you hold the strong side of the map for the whole game, you're going to have so much easier access points, better spawns, and easier ways to pull the flag, while they have to overextend to yours and trying to make it as chaotic as possible. Make them play desperate instead of you, and that's how you're going to make this map very consistent for you. I feel like we did a very good job of this at UMG Orlando. Let me know if you agree or disagree with these tips. And then, one more little extra spot is you can send a BAL player around here, just able to get these cutoffs from middle bio, etc., etc. That's basically going to do it for me. It's a straightforward map. Control bio, control purple, control this back snow, make the other team spawn out at the green plat, and that's sort of your main objective on this point. Pretty simple points to get forward, but it's all about knowing when to sneak, when to take advantage of the spawns, and when to send your player on that sneak to get that flag pull out. Watch my stream. I do this stuff all the time. I'm one of the best sneak players on CTF in the game, getting those flags out. I've been doing it for years. Hopefully you guys enjoy these sort of tips and helps you guys rotate a little bit better in BioLab CTF. That's going to do it for me, guys. Let me know if you enjoy Tips with TeeP. More CTF maps coming up, and then I'm going to move over to Uplink to follow up on these respawn maps for you guys. Leave a like if you enjoyed the video. Leave feedback if you want different sort of tips on CTF, and I'll see you guys later. Leave a like, sub to the channel, live stream coming up today, and the rest of this week as well. Thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you later with more tips with TeeP. Later.